This video and others like it are funded by viewers like you. Thanks for your support. Okay, this video is an update about the American that was found dead in his hotel over the past couple of days in Poblado. I also want to go over another type of robbery that you may need to be concerned with. And then I'll end on how to fill out a denuncia, how to file a complaint in Colombia, because most of you guys don't. And then the people that come behind them don't get the benefit of it. Let's jump into it right away.
You're watching DC Born Rob, Racing Borders. And now, news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC Born Rob, Racing Borders. I'm DC Rob. Thank you guys for watching. In this latest video, again, I'm going to go over just the same story that I went over yesterday, but they've added a couple of more things that you may need to know about this case. So let's jump into this first story. Again, then I want to show you the possibility of another type of robbery happening and just how the employees actually foiled it. And then again, I'll end on the denuncia form and how to file a complaint in Medellin, Colombia. So let's jump into this first story. Again, this is an update. In a hotel located near Lleras Park, the authorities found the lifeless body of an American tourist died this weekend. Although police agencies have not been able to establish whether or not this is a homicide, for now, the first hypothesis suggests that the foreigner would have died from a product of poisoning. According to preliminary reports, the tourist would have arrived in Medellin since last Wednesday, the 13th of December, staying in a hotel in El Poblado. A few hours before his death, several witnesses reported that the man had gone out in the company of other travelers to a party that lasted all night last Friday, December 15th, arriving to sleep in his hotel room around 7 in the morning on Saturday, December 16th. During the course of the day, some of his classmates later came to his room trying to wake him so he could accompany them on an excursion, without getting any response after knocking on his door several times. Alarmed, the guests went to the hotel staff, who, not receiving a response, decided to force the door, finding him without vital signs and a cyanotic face, which just means a blue face. A death of foreign tourists in Medellin increased 28% this year. A forensic team that inspected the room added that the foreigner would have also have in his possession psychoactive substances, which could have triggered his death. However, the authorities clarified that the cause of death is still being investigated. So I'm showing a picture that was in another story. This popped up in 2 or 3 other sources. Again, what I had yesterday was just the initial story, but then little by little it's starting to come up. So I asked this question a while ago, guys, who would go to Medellin? I said that. And I got a few comments too. Are you serious, Rob? Is that a serious question? I think it's insane, but I don't even want to touch on that. I may even beep that word out or blank that word out. Okay, my next story, again, a robbery that was foiled, but you need to be aware of this type of robbery. Okay, let's just jump into this one. There were 4 eyes. Waiters thwart robbery in Bogota restaurant. Journalist David Chato Romero published the video through his social networks. Waiters thwart robbery in Bogota restaurant. The theft that was foiled by waiters at a restaurant in Bogota was captured on security camera video. A man who was there as a diner tried to steal the suitcase of another person who was enjoying his lunch. The victim was having lunch, and then suddenly several of the waiters made a noise, and the guy on the side was trying to get close to his backpack to try and steal it. However, on this occasion, the criminal act could have been thwarted by the restaurant workers, who were indifferent. Journalist David Chato Romero published the video through his social networks, announcing that his belongings were almost stolen on December 5th in a restaurant in Bogota. So there you go. This is something a lot of people don't pay attention to when you're on travel. You sit your briefcase down, you sit your backpack down, you sit your purse down under the table, next to it. Personally, I always, no matter what I have some sort of strap on it. My arm is through that strap. Number one reason is when I travel and I'm sitting on some of these shuttle buses, like where I drop my car off for parking, I've forgotten and left my laptop on there once and had to come all the way back. So I always put my hand through that loop. I would advise you to do the same also. I'm going to show a picture of the lock tote also. This is what I travel with. I just took this with me to Guatemala a couple of weeks ago. This is something that I use to lock up my valuables. You can't cut through it. You can't cut the rope of it. Well, I'm sure you can, but you better come prepared the first time. And by then, you've already tipped me off that you've been in there, but you've tried to stab it. This bag alone is probably 2.5, 3 pounds, which means it's got some weight to it. But it's hard to get through. It's got a little combination lock on it. I can lock it to anything. If I'm on a train, I've locked it on the train going through Europe, locked it on the rack up top so that I can go to the bathroom and come back and not have to worry. Thus, just my important things are in there, not my laptop. My laptop actually fits in my luggage on the current luggage that I have. So I was able just to carry this one with my jacket and my essentials for my flight. So keep that in mind. Okay, this last story I wanted to jump into because I'm just going to play the video that I did. Now, I initially did this video to try to catch the scammer. Remember, there's not only locals who are trying to scam you. There are other tourists. That's right. There's other travelers that are trying to scam you, rip you off. And there's another story I want to tell shortly from one of our viewers. He's also in our private group of how he almost got scammed and or drugged from a language exchange. You never know I'm telling you, again, it goes back to you never know who's watching. Somebody's always watching you and somebody's thinking they can get you. So, and they come after you. But this was initially done. So if you hear me talking about the method that the guy used to scam you guys, so just choose whatever crime that you happen to be involved with. If you do not report these crimes, they're going to continue to happen for the people who come behind you. So let's pay it forward. Let's file those reports. The police can't do anything if they don't have the numbers. Our government's going to say it doesn't happen if we don't have the numbers. We don't have any numbers if you don't report it. There's a reason that they rob you and they leave your passport because they expect you to go. Also, just on this side note, never let anybody know when you got there. Never let anybody know when you're leaving. You'll always get that question. Hey, how long you on holiday or how long you here for? I'm staying. I'm moving. Never tell anybody and never let anybody know where you're staying. Again, if you're recording videos and you're a YouTuber, just this small advice, never take a video, never show videos of where you're staying. Only show it after you've gone. Never let anybody know where you're going to stay. Anybody. Don't trust anybody from the get. I mean, unless it's me and you reach out to me directly and you know it's me. Are there trustworthy people? Absolutely. Are there dishonest people? Believe it, there are. So anyway, let me run this video right quick and I'll meet you on the other side.
Okay, guys. So I would have already sent you the link. Make sure you hit the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner of your web page. It's an app, so it's on the phone, but you can also use this link. And I'm on a desktop right now just so I can show you what it looks like. So you want to go up here, make sure, again, hit the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner and choose the language that you want to convert it. It's in Spanish, of course. You want to convert it to English. Okay, you want to go to this first button right here. Now, when you change it to another language, it doesn't change the buttons. These are kind of set, but what's behind them, it does. So it takes you through a bunch of information. Do you agree? Yes, of course. You have to agree to everything before you can move forward. And skip all of these and go over to estafa. I had to go look it up, what estafa actually meant. It means to swindle. There's old boy right here that we're after. Click that. You want to choose continue. It just tells you a couple of statements, what swindling is actually. And you don't know right now if anybody has reported this. So you want to click no, and then it'll go through its process. And by tomorrow or the next day, hopefully some of you guys stepped up, especially everybody who reached out to me before, went ahead and clicked. So then you can, the next time you do it, just hit yes. But for now, just click continue, and it takes you to the form where you need to fill out that information. So you fill out this information, you hit send and done, and you should be done. I didn't go any farther than this, but you'll just choose all your information, all the pertinent information, and type in exactly what happened to you. Exactly what a lot of you guys actually typed into me. You actually sent me the story. Not everybody created an audio for me. There were a lot of written ones, probably totally about 15 of you guys. So And and a few people trickled in later as they saw the videos too. So let's get this guy.
Okay, so there you go. Make sure you pay it forward. Okay, report these crimes. If you don't report it, it didn't happen. As simple as that. If you don't report it, it didn't happen. And nobody is going to say that, there's, in the comments I mentioned the other day, people say, oh, these odds are not bad. There's so many thousands of people and millions of people that go a year. There's only 5 people that got killed. You don't know what the numbers are, because I don't know what the numbers are. Okay? There's bodies being found all over this city for months. Yes, I've reported on it, but I'm not going to do that every day because I don't know for sure that they're foreigners or tourists. But remember, we have foreigners and tourists. They're in homeless shelters there. So if you think you can't come up missing, and always tell people when you're going down. Let family member know. I got an issue right now with somebody blowing smoke. Let's just say that. So everybody that knows me, that's important to me, is aware of this. Okay? O knows, Luis knows, my mom knows, my cousin knows, my friends know. So anything happens to me, you know where to go looking. And that's why I do it. Any information you have, take pictures, take pictures, take pictures. They used to tell me, man, last night I don't remember what happened. And I was taught, look at your pictures. Look at your camera. You'll see what you did. Take those pictures, but send those pictures to somebody else. Okay, they're doing you no good on your phone, especially if your phone gets snatched. Send it to somebody else. Warn somebody else. Here's where you are. Here's where you were. I mean, think of all these stories that we're trying to piece together right now. I mean, if this hadn't have been found in this guy's apartment or on his being, we would never know. I don't even want to talk about that stuff. I don't focus on. I don't want to even discuss that D word, a DR word. I don't want to discuss that here. If you're stupid enough to go down there and do it, more power to you. And this is what happens. If, in fact, this is it. Again, the police say they don't know what it was. So I'm not going to say what nobody knows until, it's finalized. And they've done some sort of toxicology report. Nobody knows. Anyway, remember to travel, but travel safe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.
Okay, hold on, guys. Right quick. Remember, Christmas is coming in less than 2 weeks right now. If you need to have things shipped to Colombia, shipped to someone else, or shipped to yourself to Colombia from the United States, make sure you reach out to CaribbeanShipper.com. CaribbeanShipper.com. The contact information is coming next. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below.
Thanks for hitting like. You did the right thing by hitting like. Thanks for hitting like. Thanks for hitting like. DC Born Rob.